Hi guys, it's Eminem from Let's Go Fishing. Finished work about 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's Sunday, of course. I was asked to go in early today because of preparation stuff. Think. I had to go with some carp fishing and I didn't do very well. And I thought to myself, I've done something wrong here. Fishing for the start, trying to fish for carp with method feeder. Okay, I've caught carp normally on a method feeder. Hang on, I'll just put you on pause for a bit, guys. Sorry, guys, about that. A little bit of importance there. Yeah. As I said, I'm trying to learn about carp fishing because I've never been a real big advocate for doing that. I mean, because these guys, don't get me wrong, you guys are doing carp fishing. Take my hat off to you because you do come out with some good specimens, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. My wish list is to catch a Welsh catfish. And I would like to catch one in Britain, a big one. But there's not many places in Britain that I know of where I could go to catch a Welsh catfish. I mean, the best place, I was talking to a gentleman the other day at work, and we was talking about what specimens would you like to catch, Cole? I said, well, at the moment I'm just trying to catch a big specimen carp. I said anything over £18, £20, £30 would be nice. I said, but I haven't got the right equipment. So, what I have now, I've got a beautiful carp, a nice bait runner. Ooh, pigeon fly. Can you hear the birds today for the change? Yeah, it's a gorgeous Sunday evening. So I went and bought this off Amazon. And all it is really carp fishing stuff. Now, I haven't got a clue how to set it up yet. So I'm going to have a look at some videos on YouTube to try and understand how this works. I mean, I've got some plastic sweet corn, which will be floating, of course. I've got some beads, I've got some cord. And as I said, the only braid I've got is for me piking on me multiplier when I do piking. And yeah, I will show you something about one of my baits. Absolutely fantastic. To me it is anyway, because you don't have to keep casting in and reeling all the time just to get the bait moving. This moves on its own. It's bloody brilliant. I will get a tub here one day. I'll ask if I can borrow one of my big clear tubs at work to bring home so I can just show you what it looks like. And also I want to do some testing on the way ground bait works in water, you know, time it, see how long it takes to break down. I want to learn all about it a bit more because I used to be a bloke who was to know. He was called Mick the Ladder because he was a window cleaner and nice bloke, and he showed me something and I thought it was quite comical. Again, I'm going to just put it on pause a minute. Back again. Anyway, one of these guys showed me a trick and I thought, well, why is he doing that? And he showed me before we started fishing, about my ground bait, what about his ground bait, the way he was using it. He was using stem swim, or swim stem, whatever you pronounce it. And he was showing me that he mixed his ground bait up and then pulled out one of these. Yeah. I said, what you got one of them for? You fishing? So what he used to do, he used to put his ground bait in there and do that. Fluff it all down. Even after he mixed it up, he fluffed it all down. And I watched it fall down and I thought, well, why have you done that? And he said to me, he said, makes it fluffier, believe it or not, Cole. All the oxygen and all that gets inside. And he said it's easier to compact onto a method feeder, or if I'm putting it on my hook and dropping it out on his little end, because we used to pole fishing at the time down Woods Farm. You just get a little cup, put a little bit on, and he used to go over depth when he was using a pole. So he'd have like depth it, and it'd be sitting right, and then he'd put another 4 inches on, and then he would get his ground bait, squeeze it round his bait. It could have been a bit of sweet corn, it could have been a bit of luncheon meat, it could have been a bit of cat meat, and he would just squeeze it round it just to bring the fish round, and he bloody worked a treat, because he used to pull it out, put the inside his cup this little ball of ground bait, and just with a few little pellets in as well, use to edge it out, bang, drop, a couple of seconds, away, and he was always catching, and he was always like coming like first. I think I fished against him about 30 times. Out of them 30 times, he must have come, out of 30 times, 27 times come first. Nobody could touch him. Named John the Ladder, real nice bloke. Now, I've been watching some, I always watch TikTok or YouTube, and sometimes they have some good stuff. I mean, like YouTube, I've gone and bought, you've seen that thing I've gone and bought where it follows you around, it's called the gimbal. It just, as I move, it moves with me like that, and when I move, it follows me that way. It's all right, I'm using my hand one at the moment, and it follows you around. Now, I was watching some on TikTok, and there was a girl, she didn't know what to buy her dad. It's for his birthday, and he's a fisherman. And she goes, my dad's always bloody moaning that he can't find his fish. So I looked at it, and that's what I got and bought. And what it is, I'll put it all together and show you. Bloody cool, man. Now I've just tried it in the house, and it's already charged up. Hang on, make sure I'm the right way, I don't want to break the screen. That's what it looks like. Little square box, but just turned it on. All you can see is a blue screen. Now, this is what amazed me. You got a load of cord, and that is an underwater camera. Now, I thought it was so cool. Just tried it out. Let me have a look. Yep. I don't know if you can see it. Try and put it on me, my ugly mush. Yeah. Hang on, guys. I've got the sun in my eyes. I don't know if you can see it. There's me. I think. No, here I am. But you can see. Yeah, look. I'll even show you. you can see it. It is cool. I think it's bloody cool. So, I know it's cheating. And, you know I like to hunt for my fish. But, for £20, I bought that. 20 quid. I could not get my hat on. I thought, I'm going to get one of them. Because I love my gadgets. But it's a camera. That's your little screen. On there. It opens up, look. Opens up. Put your sides up. And that's your screen. Brilliant. And you've got an attachment where you can stick it stick it on the side. And from what I can gather, I don't know how long the lead is on. Hang on, I'm trying to find out the length of the lead on it. Because it doesn't tell you on here. Doesn't tell you on here either. Can you read Japanese? Because I can't. Somebody just got in touch with me. It doesn't say. Hang on a minute. Oh. "15 metres of cord." It's got. And, you know, to me, that's a pretty long length. That has got some weight to it. There's your cord. 15 metres of that you can plug in. Now, I've only bought it because, as I said, I love my gadgets. And to try and help me understand if I'm putting my bait out there properly, if I put it in the side, or I may get it on one of my rods. Bloody hell, that sun's strong. I'm going to come round this way. I'm going to come round a bit. Sun's right my kisser. No, I'll go that way. I'll sit that side, shall I? I'll sit up here. That'll be better. Whoops-a-daisy. Looks like I'm in the Mediterranean forest, doesn't it, with these lovely trees. Believe it or not, that tree there is a weird tree because every time, like, helicopters come off it and land on my lawn, and there are roots up everywhere, man. Then plus I got me ferns over there, look, all my ferns. And I got me monster shed behind me, look. My big massive shed. And that's my next door neighbour's shed. It's all alarmed up, that is. Wow, he's got a really cool. But anyway, guys, now the sun's coming right across. If I can, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bloody move all this back. I'm going to swap tables. Up to days. That's it. That's better. And as I said, I've gone and bought all this new stuff. I've gone and bought, oh, that's better. And it's cooler, believe it or not. I bought all this stuff and that cost me, I think it was 10 quid off Amazon. 10 or 9 quid off Amazon. All that stuff in there. Now you go to a tackle shop and try and buy all that stuff under 10 quid. You got no bleeding chance. Now, I do pole fishing as well. So as I said, one day I'll try and do some pole fishing. Well, next Sunday, it's our last day working as a carvery. But we've got to go in a couple of days to help clear stuff out. And when all that's sorted, I might be able to do some fishing. But I've got to save some pennies because I've got to go down the coast at the end of the month to go fishing with my son-in-law and also my grandchildren, which is be sea fishing down at Blue Anchor. I said to my daughter, how ironic that you've gone somewhere where I know the lay of the land, well, seabed. Because as I said, I watch every tide that comes in, and I watch the way it leaves the lay of the land. It shows you where the runs are, where the fish could be, the dips and all that type of stuff. So me and my son-in-law probably will go down on the beach. He won't be fishing with me all the time, but we'll see how it works. I don't know if I'm going down in my car or my van yet. Still haven't made my mind up. Yes, so of course, I was going to go fishing this Saturday coming, but one of the young lads at work has had a ticket bought him to go and see the Blues, I think. One of his mates have bought it for him, and he's got nobody to cover his shift. And my gaffer's come up to me and he's gone, would you do this shift on Saturday? And I turned around and I said, yeah, I don't mind doing the hours, because I need the hours. Everybody needs hours to earn a bit of cash. So I said, yeah, I don't mind doing the hours at all. It gives me a bit of money, extra bit of money in my pocket. And of course, I've gone into the kitchen and I've turned around to the young lad and I've gone, you owe me one. He went, yeah, of course. I was only pulling his leg. He's only a young lad, real nice lad though. Because I'm a team coach, I've only just been made up about a couple of months back. Even though I've been here 15 years and I've been showing people for all this time how to prepare food and this, that and the other. They've just decided 8 months before I retire to make me a team coach. Whoop, whoop, they should have done it a long time ago. That's what one of the other lads said. But I think, as I said, because I'm dyslexic, I think that says fishing Nemo. I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to give it a try, to be honest. And when I do, I film it, see how we do, see what I can pick up. Because there's a guy who I watch, he's ginger-headed geezer, forget his name now, ginger-headed lad. And he has got stuff like this, but he has got a pair of like sunglasses, and somehow he's got a film thing like this on his onto his glasses, and he can see all the pike, or the roach, or the rudd, or the bream, or the perch, or the gudgeon, and all the other little minnows, and all the other little critters under the water. And I think it's so cool, but I don't know how it works in dark water. So it's a learning curve again on one of these. So I hope you will find it interesting when I do play with this. We only can hope. And as I said, you know, I like playing with gadgets. This is another one. But as I said, that cost me about, I think it was about 20 quid off TikTok. People, have a look. Sometimes they have good stuff on TikTok. And I can't believe how much that was. I think it took about a week to come through, but it was worth it. I mean, I bought this Friday. Come through today, Sunday, 2 days. Magic. took me fishing rods a little bit longer, but I was prepared to wait because I wasn't going nowhere quick. So today, while it's still light, I'm going to have a play with this, see how it works, and see if I can do any good with it. Making up a rig. As I said, I've never made rigs up before, not for carp fishing. Because what I want to do, let me get one of these out, just show you what I'm intending to do. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. This is a big hook. Don't know what size that is. Don't know if you can see it. I don't know what number that is, but I've got to get that looked at. I think that's about a size 8. What I'm intending to do, the back, sorry, I've got chunky fingers. From where this part is there, where the eye is, I'm hoping to get a little bit of line to come off so I can do a loop, so I can put boilies on. And then I'm going to find some elastic. I think I got some in the shed. I'll have to hunt for them because, as I said, I've got that much crap in there, it's unreal. But I want to be able to do something, and when I do tie one nicely, hopefully you can have a watch and say, your ball's up there, mate, but it's trial and error, isn't it? But as I said, this thing really intrigued me to watch me mate do it. So my wife says, do you want this? Because I'm throwing it out. Why not? When I mix my bait up, just wriggle it through, make it soft, make it more fluffy, as I say. Even though if you make it really wet, it fluffens it up. So it makes a good texture. So when you put it on your method, it holds together properly. You don't have so much messing about with this. That sun's still coming round and it's doing my bleeding head in. But yeah, I've come this way a bit now. Yeah, so of course, also I had a telling off my friend last night. He was watching one of my videos. He said one of them is so Farco, and this is another lad who, when his mum passed away, he's only a young lad, and he left our works 5 years ago. He was at work, and his mum just come off holiday, and she had a blood clot, and unfortunately she passed away. And the lad couldn't cope, so I took him under my wing, and I said, anybody, because I not long lost my mum, see, and I said to him, look son, I'm here if you need me. You got my phone number. If you want to talk to me, talk to me. I'm here for you. And last night he turned out and he says, I remember that very first conversation you had with me about my mum. He said, thanks, Cole. You kept my head straight. I said, if you ever want to talk, mate, I'm always here for you. And also, I've taught him how to fish. And he loves it. He said, we'll have to go out. Now, this guy, when he stands next to me, I think he's 6'6" or 6'5" or something. He makes me look a dwarf. And he's a real nice bloke. And Jack, if you listen to this, I'm talking about you, you stripper. He's tall and thin, and he's massive. He gave me a hug last night. I had to get on my tiptoes to give him a hug back. I mean, I'm 5'8", and he's in town. It's like, yeah, let me drop down a minute. Drop down in my seat. He's right up here. He's a monster of a lad, but he's such a nice guy. As I said, he's a little bit rough because he's only young, but he's a nice lad. And last night, as I said, he told me off. He says, "You didn't want to when you first started doing your videos." He said you didn't want people to see you smoking. And I, yeah. He said, every time I look at you, you got a fact stuck in your gob. And he's right. Fair play to him. I went back on what I said. I don't want to show people that I smoke. But fair play to him. He told me off. Sorry, Jack. I do apologise, and I apologise to everybody else. I do have a fag in my gob half the time, and I've got to stop doing it. Because it's not being a big man in front. If kids are watching this, it's nothing big. You haven't got to be a smoker. You don't have to smoke to be a fisherman. This is for you young kids. You don't have to have a cigarette stuck in your mouth like I do. Okay? That's for you young kids. No. Don't do it, please. Now, people say, well, why do you smoke? I've had really bad experiences, and that's the thing. I've had a shooter put in my bleeding face when I used to work on a door. And I stopped smoking for 7 years, and the first thing somebody said, "Do you want a fag coal?" And what did I do? Started smoking again. After 7 years, I stopped smoking. It was one of those, oh my God. Let's put it this way, my backside was clapping. It wasn't twitching, it was clapping when you got a shooter put to your face like that. It's not nice. Anyway, guys, just for a let you know, got some new gadgets. I got some new stuff for carp fishing. I got this thing that my wife is throwing out that I'm going to have a go at. See how it works out. If it's a nail, if it don't work, get rid. Okay? And this, I can't wait to have a go at. Honest guys, have a look on TikTok. It is bloody marvellous. I can't believe it, how much it was. And one of them gimbal things that you can buy, what follows you round, I think that about 42, I'll say 45 quid. Between 45 quid and whatever. Have a look. Because they are bloody good. Anyway, guys, this is Eminem signing off on a nice sunny evening. On a nice sunny evening. Having a can of Pepsi Max, because I don't drink. See you guys. Bye.